Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to what might well be one of the last big matches of the 6.78 era. That's right, WePlay Dota 2 continues, Lumi, but our world has been shattered, our minds have been blown. 6.79 patch notes have been released on the dev forums by Mr. Chris C. And the world is run amok.
Chris C's Ice Frog.
Yeah, Chris C is definitely Ice Frog.
Yeah.
That's what he told me. He said, my name's Chris C. But he works for Valve, so I think these are legit patch notes. And, well, we'll try to focus on today's game. I know it's hard.
How's a Photic Shield dispellable?
It means you can purge it via a diffusal blade. Lumi, let's not do this now. Come on, buddy. It's okay. Pull yourself away.
You know the,
Jesus.
You know the Pandarin Storm?
Yes.
That has Dispel. You can dispel a Photic Shield now. Just saying.
Okay.
All
so
right.
pick pick Panda and
to
use
counter
your ult just to counter a Photic Shield.
That's so next level. Okay.
Definitely not the biggest change in the patch, but we're going to hold off on talking about it. You'll probably do a patch analysis soon, hopefully with AUI 2000. But for now, we are in 6.78, and we are in the midst of Speed Gaming versus the Alliance for WePlay Dota 2 League Season 2, Phase 2. Alliance up 1-0 in the best of 5. They need to win 2 more to advance. Loser is knocked out of the tournament. The winner moves on to the final 4 and is guaranteed to be in the money.
Bone 7 Bat Rider, guys. Gonna get some speedy bats. Always up for some speedy bats.
Game was good.
Game was good, yeah.
I really like, but I feel like Bone 7's bat is just so far beyond his other heroes. It's not even close. Not that he plays poorly on the other ones, but he just seems to get more done, and the whole team seems to do better when he's on a Bat Rider. So
I absolutely agree. You know, when you look at a player like Admiral Bulldog, what do you think first? You think of Lone Druid and maybe even Prophet now. Yeah. But for Bone 7, that's absolutely what I go to. And for Dendy, it's like, I guess, Queen of Pain or Puck. For S4, it's definitely Puck. He just plays it amazingly. I'm checking on his win rates. 18 Bat Rider games, 12 wins, 6 losses, 66%. That looks a lot worse than what I remember it to be. I thought it was like maybe 70 to 80%.
It's not just this record, though. It's the impact he has in games. Whether they win or they lose, he just gets shit done. At least that's how I look at it. But looking at this draft a little more, they got the bat. Alliance went back for Elder Titan Chen. Troll was banned in the first stage this time around. Even though Alliance ended up winning that game, they still don't want to deal with the Troll. Then Naga Siren picked up by Speed Gaming. Alliance, well, are they going to get outmaneuvered by Speed Gaming? The last time we saw these two teams play in the best of 3 in the winner's bracket match of this phase, they ended up drafting a lineup where Elder Titan was their only lockdown. And they had no answer for a Storm Spirit from Eternal Envy. They had no answer for Sing Sing's Queen of Pain. They had no stuns to kill them.
Yeah, hopefully they're going to be drafting a couple more stuns. What I've noticed in that game was Elder Titan was actually used very much so as an annoyance hero. We know that Kaipi or Speed Gaming likes to farm the jungle a lot. And what S4 did with his Elder Titan, he uses illusions and keeps sending it to the enemy forest to harass and actually steal a couple of CS. Envy was telling me that he was really annoyed by that. So I'm not sure whether that was picked with that as intention, but that's definitely an added benefit. And Speed Gaming says we're going to go back to the same draft that we beat you guys with. Queen of Pain, Bat Rider.
But this time I think there is a difference, because last time they did not have a Nature's Prophet. They had a Life Stealer and
Lone Druid.
And a Lone Druid. Yeah. And Prophet gives you that crucial mobility, gives you that natural Hex Buyer, so no matter what, they will have one key piece of lockdown. But that being said, he's also equally vulnerable to getting picked off himself.
Yeah, in fact, I mean, against a Storm Spirit, a Queen of Pain, and Bat Rider, I mean, Nature's Prophet is extremely killable. I would be very surprised if Alliance does not ban Storm, and if the Storm isn't banned, Speed Gaming does not draft it.
Or maybe they even go for an S4 Storm, although we've seen Sing Sing dominate that matchup on the Queen of Pain side. So
I mean, if you go S4 Storm, your Elder Titan is going to be played as a support, which could work, I guess.
Yeah.
But a little suspect.
We'll have to wait and see. But either that or a ban, or they know it's coming. Can they prepare for it? Lifestealer did slip through. I was going to mention it earlier, but never got around to it. And he gets picked up now. Speed Gaming, just a very well-rounded draft from them. All their lanes look solid. Their mid-game gank is fantastic. They have good team fight. They have decent lockdown. This is a very balanced draft so far.
Yeah, I really like what Speed Gaming is working with. Never mind, Weaver gets picked up, and suddenly you're going to dance circles around Speed Gaming. They don't really particularly have too much lockdown themselves. I mean, Queen of Pain gives you potential lockdown.
I don't know about that. You have your lasso, you have Song, Net, potentially the
Well,
Orchid or the Scythe, and the Bash or the Abyssal
the
Blade.
Song and Net is not really effective against Weaver.
seconds
Lifesteal is not
remaining.
going to be too good against Weaver. So Queen of Pain, as long as he goes Scythe, then you have a
5
very reliable way.
seconds
But
remaining.
I imagine Lincoln's going to be out by then. And once Lincoln's is out, what is this lineup going to do to shut him down?
You
Reserve
infest
time.
bomb, you open
5
wounds him, and you
seconds
lasso him,
remaining.
and then you just kill him. It works every time.
Okay.
It does. Go watch.
don't
Go watch
know.
last time they played this lineup. It
I'm
works
not
fine.
convinced.
Dire team
Lifesteal or Batrider could definitely deal with the Lincoln's
Alliance
Weaver.
Okay,
But
this-
it depends on when the items are coming out. Who's going to get ahead in terms of farm?
Whoa. So this is a support Elder Titan. Okay.
So it's a mid S4 Dragon Knight up against Queen of Pain. This very hard matchup for Dragon Knight.
I mean, we've seen this matchup a lot back in the Alien World Cup, and the thing that we kind of noticed and concluded is that, yes, Dragon Knight gets out CS. He gets kind of outlaned. But once Dragon Knight hits level 6, it feels like, you know, tabula rasa.
He's got to get there. And a good Queen of Pain, like you put Mushi on the Queen of Pain, he'll
Oh,
kill
we
your
saw
Dragon
that.
Knight.
We saw that match of Mushi versus Dandy. Dandy had no chance.
Yeah, but we'll see if Sing Sing's... Obviously, Sing Sing is not at Mushi's level yet, at least. But we'll see if he's able to zone S4 out and really punish him. But if the Dragon Knight gets 6, then yeah, it's a great lane at that point. You have your range for him. You can also just man-fight the Queen of Pain and usually come out on top. Overall, looking at the draft, I
10
think for
seconds
Alliance,
remaining.
this was a key pickup because now they have a great reliable stun initiator
5
as well. And
seconds
if S4 does get that Shadow Blade, then suddenly speed gaming split push isn't going to be nearly as scary. And it's also a great way. They have actually now a great way to deal with Batrider initiation as well. Just an instant Dragon Tail, and then you kill the Bat.
Yeah, that Dragon Tail is going to do a ton of work. You talked about good against the Batrider, good against Queen of Pain. It's also really good against Lifestealer. When Lifestealer's not in range, you're definitely going to get stunned. So, Envy is going to the wrong lane right now. I'm not sure what... Okay.
I've never seen him go off lane. Never.
And you will never see him go off lane. He's going to go back up top.
He might be looking to just go eat a tree or something. I don't know. Perhaps he's bored, but all the players' minds have been blown. Some of them just seeing the patch notes now, and
I could tell you that one of these players in this game is actually reading the patch note during the pick man stage. Because he was talking to me about it.
yeah, well, I can guess who it probably was. But we'll introduce the teams now. Speed Gaming on the Dire side. We'll start with Mr. Bone 7 on the Batrider. Eternal Envy going to be playing the Lifestealer.
Oh.
Mid lane for Sing Sing on the Queen of Pain. AUI 2000, your Naga. And that puts Pylai Dai onto the Rubik.
30
And on the
seconds
Radiant side,
to
we have
battle.
Team the Alliance. Up 1-0 in the best of 5. Loda, your Weaver. EGM, your Elder Titan. Ake on the Jungle Chen. S4 on the Dragon Knight. And last but not least, Admiral Bulldog going to be playing the Prophet.
Okay, so the reason that MV went to the bot lane with Bone 7 was Bone 7 took the 2 wards, Firefly over the cliff to drop 1 in the enemy jungle, and then gave the wards back to MV. Now, they normally do this with a courier. Use a courier to actually walk it back, but you don't want to use a courier against a nature prophet that could be roaming trees around, and indeed there was tree and kind of circling behind the towers, and you don't want to give away a free courier kill this early in the game. So MV is going to be the...
You also don't want to have to start with a Flying Courier if
Yeah.
you don't need to, because it delays your other items. You can't get your regen, your smoke necessarily. Which, well, who am I kidding? Speed Gaming ain't gonna buy smoke. These guys want to farm.
Speed Gaming Big Farmers drops a ward up here.
The
Is it going to
battle
block the
begins.
Ancients? No, just standard river warding.
As for the Alliance, Bulldog will do his customary offlane, block the jungle camps. Nothing surprising there. They actually dropped a sentry, and they're gonna miss on their first D ward. This is a pretty...
Ooh, they missed
fairly-
on both sentries.
Oh, sorry, they already dropped both, yeah.
Dang.
They completely airballed it.
That's actually a big deal because
If
this
you-
was a free lane for the supports to actually do whatever they want to do, and now they can't even make that pull.
If
Generally,
you- I'm pretty sure if you put one just like right here and then one down here, it gets...
no, you have to have 3 wards to get this camp. That's why a lot of
They
players cry.
shrunk the spawn box, though.
Oh,
Like, recently.
well,
It was like a stealth change.
stuff.
There might be, like,
why do they do this?
I'm not sure. I think it happened like a month or two ago.
When,
or
when
so.
they make changes, they have to shout it out in a microphone. Like,
And
hey
even-
guys, we're changing stuff.
There was a Reddit post which said that, which showed in like detail that you should be able to de-ward pretty much every ward from there. Maybe there's like one spot that gets missed, but I'm pretty sure everything gets covered if you put one here and one like I think it's right over here.
Well, the effective of not actually dewarding this is huge. Generally, Alliance actually like to pull up a creep wave and jungle all 3 camps. They can't do that anymore, but looks like they have Chen in jungle, and they'll just do the traditional double jungle anyways.
Yeah, Ake does have the good news is they have a jungler like you said, so it doesn't hurt you as much as it would if they had two supports that require the pulls. Look at our other lane. Sing Sing on the Queen of Pain mid versus the Dragon Knight. 5-3 on Sing Sing. 5-1 on S4. S4 is actually having a decent time, and Sing Sing Really wants to be prioritizing the harassment, but it's tough. Not really able to keep him fully out of lane. Now diving Pile dies Loda. Not going to be able to get a kill here, I don't think, but doing quite a bit of harass.
Pile die, he can't really stay for too long. Here comes a Spirit.
There's a fresh Sakuchi soon. He's got to be very careful.
There's a Shockwave available as well. So, I mean, there is a telekinesis lift. You can kind of toss him back, but I don't think that's really saving you.
And for the time being, Speed Gaming, well, mid lane going all right for Sing Sing. They're getting decent farm on their lifesteal, and they do have the jungle Bat Rider, but this bottom lane is under a whole lot of pressure. Alliance just camped out 3 heroes behind the tier 1 and looking to go for the next tower. And the reason this is important is because they're running the Prophet. They're going to be rushing a fast Midas. And you take this tier 1, you get his Midas a lot earlier.
Yeah, and the reason you actually park it, between the towers is that you don't want your Pile to actually come in for experience. He's already level 2 as a support. You don't want him to get much more than this when you're pushing this tower. So they're doing a very good job zoning him away from EXP range, although Paladin getting pretty greedy, trying to come back in.
Oh, S4 really playing things close to the vest here. But now Sing Sing, he'll come in, Oven will heal back up, and the bot will arrive for S4. So well, at this point, the lane gets a lot harder, but bottom lane, they are diving Pile die. It's going to be your first blood. Just catching the tail end of that, the Spirit came out, and the dive was there. So they get a first blood, and they may... I wouldn't surprise me if they went double Midas.
Pile die, TP's back immediately, drop the Fable.
He is getting a lot of experience. Even though they get the first blood, he's going to be higher level than this Chen as well as Elder Titan.
I think just the fact that he's here, he's delayed the push for such a long time. Here comes a second TP, and the lift goes back here. It's going to be a Bat Rider, but Paladin is in huge trouble. Paladin is going to die for sure. He's going to try to drop all of his mana before dying.
No, he's alive still. One more hit brings him down. Now your Weaver skirting towards the south. There is no point in Flame Break yet. Bone 7 flying high. He just hits level 4. He sends back his teammate, but he is still on the run. Ake in a lot of trouble. A few more sticky nade pump stacks, a few more auto attacks. Already the TP comes out. He gets it. But now Loda's on the chase, and Bulldog here as well. This is going to be a turnaround special. Speed Gaming giving up a lot of kills. Bulldog going to have his Midas soon. Loda up to 1,500 gold, and the Alliance off to a great start here.
That was actually pretty good for Speed Gaming as well. The tower was able to pick off the Elder Titan on his way back. They were able to get a Chen. Sure, Loda died, Loda didn't die, but Bat Rider actually didn't lose any gold on that death. He looked over to his reliable gold, spent just as much as he can, which he bought a Smoke of the Sea, and he was fine.
Alright, so mid lane, Sing Sing was trading blows with S4. S4 hits him a few times, and then he stuns him, hits him a few more times, and he throws out the Flame Breath. And right as that's happening, Sing Sing's about to blink, but EGM comes in with the Spirit from long range, and the natural order came right before the Flame Breath and did way too much damage.
You say he's actually leveling that natural order up. Like, what? This is next level.
I think this is actually
do more damage?
Well, because it buffs all your teammates' nukes.
Right, but
so overall you do more damage.
Okay. You don't do more damage on your own nukes, right? That would make no sense.
No, I don't think so.
Well, somebody's gonna sit down and do that math, but I hope it doesn't.
Yeah. The other thing is that it's useful in fights. So you don't need mana for natural order. So no matter what, it'll be doing something, even if your hero's just nearby. But I think this was such a huge win for the Alliance because they get the tier 1 bottom and they get all those kills, and Loda and Bulldog pick up a bunch. So Loda already has his Midas, and Bulldog is gonna have his by like the 7-minute mark. Double Midas really quickly. Envy just picks his up now, but still, you got to say Alliance are feeling very comfortable with this kind of a start.
Yeah, they are. And Envy's not playing one of those heroes that... I mean, the Midas is on this nice and lifesteal, and nobody's gonna disagree with that, but I'm not sure whether lifesteal is hard enough a carry to kind of take you back when you're really far behind.
I just think the supporting cast is really strong for Speed Gaming. Like, sure, Sing Sing did have a slow start in terms of giving up that kill, but he's still farming well mid. Bone 7 is still farming reasonably fast in the jungle. He actually went Tranquil Boots, is not rushing the blink, but he'll still have it around the 10-minute mark if all goes well, and he keeps on getting his stacks off. And their mid-game lockdown, their pick-off potential is good enough that I think Envy can get away with the Midas, and still his teammates will set up tons of kills for him regardless.
Yeah, kind of to echo your sentiment, if you want to look at the support levels, we have Speed Gaming support both at level 4, meanwhile the Alliance supports are both at level 3. So the supports on Speed Gaming is going to reach that mid-game a lot quicker, get access into ultimates, and give them the backup and setup, like you said.
They're diving Pile die bottom lane. Out comes your Astral Spirit, and it just does so much damage. EGM with the right clicks. He's already got boots here for the tower kill. They're diving in. Pile Die's going to fall. Now, can EGM get out is the big question. Nice time lapse. Sing Sing, he was already winding up the Sonic Wave. Does cancel it just in the nick of time. But they force Queen of Pain off the lane, which means mid tower is in a whole lot of trouble. There's no glyph here.
I think Sing Sing used a blink before he TP. For whatever reason, he did not blink after EGM, which I thought was a for sure kill.
Yeah, he might have. He may have had to blink away from S4 before TPing so he didn't get stunned, but because he rotates, this tier 1 mid falls. So that's it's just win after win for the Alliance.
Yeah, and that goes back to the matchup we talked about. Dragonite loses to a Queen of Pain, you know, 1 to 6, but once you're level 6 on the Dragonite, whenever you see that Queen of Pain leave the lane, you're going to take her tower, and if she doesn't leave the lane, you're fine to trade farm against a Queen of Pain because you benefit way more from farm, so...
And you can easily kill her with help just by Dragon Tail and then follow up, whereas it doesn't really go the other way.
Although it does not seem like it at all, but I feel like maybe Dragonite is somewhat advantaged in that matchup.
I think he just offers you more than the Queen of Pain will mid. Like, unless you play it like perfect Mushi style and just kill him repeatedly, which is very hard to do against a good mid player. S4 did play it pretty close at times, but he was never really in any big danger, so...
Although if he died and gave up first blood, we would be singing different tunes.
Right. It's all you play it close enough to get your bottle out, to secure your level 6, but you try not to die, and as long as you don't lose too badly, ultimately, I'd rather have the Dragonite in the mid game than the Queen of Pain.
I agree. Meanwhile, you see AEI doing his own thing, farming up top. He seems to be really good at this, just farming.
Yeah, AUI
is actually like
calling him a support. He's only a support in like the most superficial sense. He buys wards.
I mean, we give him smack talk, but EGM does the same thing, right?
A little bit.
EGM doesn't even buy wards, so I don't know.
EGM rotates more because Ake and EGM will go for kills, but I feel like it's just Pylai Dai who ganks on this team, and all I ever see AUI doing is farming, and it often works.
Yeah.
Especially on heroes like Visage, which is sort of ideal for that, but. Yeah, to me, he's a support only because he buys wards. That's the only reason I bought
the courier, maybe.
Yeah, and couriers.
Yeah. He's like your pub support. Bought the ward, guys.
He is very efficient as farming as a support, which is commendable, though. I mean, he's not like he's just farming in the jungle, but
using mirror
missing
image
last hits
to
and
pull.
Stuff. Yeah.
Look at that.
He's very efficient, but sometimes I feel it can cost the mid lane. They've gone in a Pylai Dai, and he just explodes. No chance in hell.
This is actually a very standard start from Pylai Dai. He's already 0-4. Doesn't he do this on Sand King a lot too?
No, the last time he played Sand King, he was owning.
No, he was feeding. He was feeding the early game.
Owning.
No, I just watched a replay like 20 minutes before we started the broadcast.
No, but he was setting up kills. Sure, he died a bunch, but he was securing kills for his team.
Yeah. Well, no, that was a mid game. So maybe he's gonna have that mid game performance.
Maybe you're right. You watch the replay and all the games bleed together in my addled old brains.
I just want to say that to me, Speed Gaming plays a lot better when they're behind. So you know this is setting up for a comeback, right?
Our tactical lose the laning stage, win the game. I still think their lineup is just in some ways like the easier. I don't know if it's easier to execute, but just really it's such like a reliable lineup in the mid game. Just go for your infest ganks, and anyone you jump should be a potential kill. Loda's still not going to have Lincolns for a long time. If they get the Batrider Blink, which they just picked up now, and go for anyone, I don't see anyone on Alliance getting out of a gank.
I mean, at the same time, you're working with a Queen of Pain, Lifestealer, and Batrider. These are not exactly late game carries, like the traditional hardcore late game carry. So I don't know. I mean, Speed Gaming have to win the mid game so hard to make that comeback in the first place.
Yeah, and they're up against Natural Order too, which means
they're up against Alliance.
Even if it's an even game normally, and one team is Natural Order, one doesn't, well, now they have the better late game lineup.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But Loda really rushing that Lincolns. He'll just do it naked after the boots. I don't think he's even going to upgrade these. As for your Prophet, Bulldog completes his treads. We'll probably see the mech come out for him. Already an earn up on EGM. Everybody getting good farm. But I think the one item that's crucial for Alliance is the Shadow Blade on S4, which I think he's going to go for. With that, they have the instant, reliable initiation. They can pick anyone off with follow-up. But without it, they do lack lockdown.
Yeah, and you also get a ton of damage as well. Weaver's not going to be a hero that gives you a lot of early game damage. Dragonite's mostly spell at this point, and having a Shadow Blade is decent right-click. You pick off that Rubik when you can. You pick off a weakened Batrider, for example. Speaking of that Batrider, he's already got the Blink, but can't really find a gank.
Big smoke gank from the Alliance, wrapping around towards the top lane. If they do get a Dragon Tail and Eternal Envy, he is going to be very dead. But he's at his tower right now, pacing around. And out comes the Spirit, scouting him out, maybe trying to drive him back into S4's waiting arms. He's got Rage available, he needs the TP, and he'll do it immediately. But that means that they lose the Tier 1 top. With no Lifestealer, there's no fighting, and there's no Batrider to infest.
Yep.
So that's still a win for Alliance. They force Envy off a lane, force them to TP, and they take a tier 1. Nicely done.
And speaking of tier 1s, Speed Gaming's got 0. They're going to try to set up a gank on Loda. Well, can they burst him down?
The Scream
Oh,
I think
no,
gonna live.
Sing.
The Scream was just out of range. That was devastating. You can't make those kind of mistakes.
No, that was the one gank. I mean, that you reviewed the Blink Dagger. Now Loda's not going to fall for the same one.
Yeah, I mean, like you've said in a previous cast, you know Bat's got a blink by this point anyway, but now you really know. Now you know time.
I mean, you know the stove is hot, but you still touch it, right?
Yeah.
And now you get burned once. You're like, okay, not gonna touch it again.
Well, yeah, but you do that once, like you're in your life, not once every day. Are you telling me that you touch a hot stove every day to remind yourself that it's
you gotta remember how hot
it's gonna burn you? Lumi,
what kind of temperature is
your
this?
parents raised you funny.
Look, I saw a dead chicken in my kitchen, so.
I was. I'm not gonna go into it on
Alright,
there.
okay.
I'm just talking about dead chickens. I read something really disturbing in the news today, but I'll let it go.
Okay.
I'll let it go, and I'll let the viewer speculate what it might be. Loda living there is big as well, because now he's his ultimate orb. The Lincoln Sphere is very close, and he's gotten through the hardest chunk of it. And with the ultimate orb, he will be harder to kill.
Meanwhile, Envy's just farming in the enemy jungle, because that's actually safer than his own jungle. There's no ganking squats smoking up to find him. Although he's detected by a treant, so gotta get out of there, Envy.
Yeah, Speed Gaming, to me, when they're winning, it's always with Bone 7 being active and effective. And that first failed gank, I mean, it feels like it's just setting a bad pace for them.
That's okay. He's gonna get
not that it's his fault.
He's gonna get boot to travel and start farming jungle. You know that. It's just
he went for these Tranquil boots, which he normally just goes boots and skips them, but
yeah,
it's gonna delay those bots.
It's okay. He's gonna disassemble it later on. It's gonna turn into bots and a 4-staff, so it's all good.
I like how the chat is not even watching or talking about the game. They're just using the stream chat as a patch discussion.
Yeah, it's normal. Like, what is there to talk about for Speed Gaming? I don't even want to. I want to look at the patch log myself.
Don't you dare alt tab, Lumi.
All right,
leave me hanging.
Because right now it's just I think Speed Gaming. In all honesty, they just want to turtle to the mid and late game. That's where they excel. That's where the mobility item really starts to kick in. And that's why they're farming Rubik. That's why they're farming Naga. They're not worried about losing a couple of tier 1 towers. They'll start to worry if they start losing tier 2 in the Roshan. But for now, they're just farming their merry way. But they are getting out farmed though.
Yeah, they're getting a bit out farmed, and I think just for Alliance, they're just biding their time for these core items, which are coming out now. S4, there's your Shadow Blade, your instant initiation. Loda, about to be picking up his Lincoln Sphere, assuming he goes for it, which I imagine he is, just hasn't bought the Ultimate Orb yet. Maybe even thinking about something more greedy, perhaps, but...
And then greedier than a Lincoln Sphere. A refresher
just straight into a damage item. Skip the Lincoln Sphere. That wouldn't be a very good build in my opinion.
Mid lane here, looks like we have a little bit of initiation. Envy's going to TP out. S4 showed the Shadow Blade, wasn't able to pick up a kill. That's the big item that's going to tear this map open. When there's a Dragonite Invis initiating for your entire team, and you know the Prophet's coming in, you really can't farm anywhere too safely.
As you pointed out earlier, was Envy farming the enemy jungle. Now it's Bone 7. Speed Gaming, a sign of the times perhaps, just do not feel confident to defend their own jungle, to fight away from their towers. And they have a lineup that really wants to be fighting. They picked a lot of good mid-game heroes, but they do not have the position to do it.
Look at this tryhard. I mean, AI sending Naga illusions to block the enemy camps from spawning. Like, who does this?
That's bad, because that's where they farm. That's where Bone 7 wants to be farming.
Bone 7's taking these 3 camps, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just teasing.
Yeah, I mean, this is...
Tryhard. He's trying so hard that he's failing. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. There's such a thing as trying too hard and overexerting yourself. You don't want to pull a muscle here, AUI.
I guess so.
That wouldn't be any good.
Alright, Smoke of the Sea used here on the bot lane. Bone 7 looking to set up a gank. They need some more damage. They need Sing Sing to hit his nukes. Loda, though, he's got that Lincoln Sphere, so your gank's done.
Yeah, and they do have level 6 on AUI, so they have Song. The smoke gank comes bottom lane. Bone 7, no 4-stat, but a kill here would secure it. Unfortunately...
Oh, lift! Yeah, there you go. There's going to be a spell steal. Nice! Oh, man, that was enough. And here comes S4.
Well, at least they stole Sakuchi on the Rubik, which is not bad, to be honest, but they're going to lose Bone 7 potentially as well. On the chase is Loda, and Bone 7, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, almost certain to fall. In fact, he is dead.
Great swarm usage. A lot of Weaver just want to chase, but if you don't get Cancel's blink, he's going to blink away.
Yeah, mid lane, Ake, as well as EGM grouped up with Bulldog here. Coming in from the sideline is going to be Eternal. Envy walks right onto Ake, then rages after an infest. Next level gank. That's all I got.
I mean,
He
there's
did
no
some
way.
Economic damage was done this day, Lumi.
He did economics damage himself because he wasted a teleport scroll.
Yeah.
Let's be real here.
I don't think it was worth it. All of a sudden, S4, the Red Dragon, which now, I don't know that I like that change. The Red Dragon has
Should we all tap
the
to see
damage
what
over time.
Dragonite has received nerf buffs?
I don't like the damage over time on the level 2 ult.
It makes sense.
Heroes are... I like people having to choose, and I think the heroes are
okay.
good
I
enough.
like that logic, and I mean, if you give it to level 2, why don't you give it to level 3? Why is that one not pushing?
Yeah, Ice Frog, why are you not consistent? Why are you consistently inconsistent?
Well, you weren't here when Gods and I had this great idea of
Oh, you and Gods always have great ideas.
BTS animations.
Like what?
Like, do you have a hero asking a Ice Frog? It's like, why you know this and why you buff or nerf me?
Are you offering to provide your talented animation skills?
Oh yeah, man. You know me, and I know anime, so.
Okay. Well, you'll submit some samples to us, and we'll review them.
Okay.
By the way, I'm pretty sure Lumi can't draw. Lumi-sama.
I have artistic talent of a.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Don't even say whatever you had in mind.
Okay.
Here comes the gank from Bone 7 though. Firefight up, and he's gonna carefully secure a creep wave for himself. Meanwhile, Speed Gaming trying to apply some Rat Dota pressure, but bottom lane comes the big push from the Alliance. 3 heroes grouped up. The tier 1 top may fall, but this one really not an important tower at all.
They even get a glyph for that. Here comes a TP. It's a Weaver. Sing you can get the last hit. All right.
The thing is, they can't do anything to Loda here. He's gonna drop the swarm onto Pylai Die. Of course, Sakuchi will remove that. I'll retreat out, but goes right onto Sing Sing. Gonna damage him, bring him low. There's your Son though. Bottom lane, they've caught out a few, but Sing Sing, he almost died before he even got into this fight. The Spirit comes in. He's got to blink away immediately. Last one to Bodog, trying to focus him down. EGM low, and Eternal Envy is cleaning up. 2 down. Barely living was Mr. Sing Sing.
So that was a great fight from Speed Gaming. They forced a TP from the Weaver, and it was the rest of Alliance's mistake for not backing off. The teleport and song came out from AEI, and that set up everybody else's TP. Pylai Dai stole Earth Splitter, but unfortunately did not have mana to use it, or else it would look even more sick. Sicker? More sick. But he will have it for the next fight.
Yeah, and the thing is, you just find a fight or two like that, and all of a sudden Alliance are... they're giving up a lot of space to Speed Gaming. Now your Force Staff comes out for the Bat Rider. Easier and easier it becomes to find the pickoffs. They now have 2,700 gold on Envy, which means if he goes for that Basher, that AC, it's coming soon. And now, well, they might find S4.
Dude, they have detection. Drop the Sentry. Pylai Die.
He don't know.
Oh,
in comes
why
Loda.
smoke
Here comes a wild initiation. They go on the bat, but S4 gets lifted up. Will he steal something? Oh, he's only has the Earth Splitter stolen. Isn't able to get anything better. S4 and Loda now giving chase and trying to find somebody.
Envies.
So wander into Eternal Envy. Bone 7 on the way out. There's a double damage rune in the river. And they wrap around. Here comes Aki. Rage. Quick TP. Nothing to punish it. They really need that Bulldog Hex.
We've seen that far too many times. It is a nice trick to get out of dodge.
But now Alliance are going to go Roche off of this. It looks like no Song of the Siren. Decent positioning with all the waves being pushed out. Nothing Speed Gaming can really do to punish this.
Yeah, Speed Gaming just have to give it up.
And Bone 7 knows it too. He's back at the base. The main reason they have to give it up isn't any cooldown, it's the map control. Look at their vision. They have nothing.
Yeah, and meanwhile Alliance has a lot more. Also, they don't...
7. No, he's too late.
They don't really have enough to start man fighting either. I mean, if you look at Envy right now, he's got 3,200 gold. I imagine it's going to be something like... What do you think this is going to be turning into?
Well, Assault Cuirass is decent, because you still get the plus armor.
Okay.
Even against Natural Order, because it is additional armor, not your base armor.
He's been going for that SNY build afterwards, but I just don't know whether that's going to be a good item this game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. Either that or just an Abyssal Blade. Just some additional lockdown. But we'll have to wait and see. Envy now. Rage and TP out.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Oh, meanwhile, in the jungle here, Ake tangled up with Sing Sing. Sing Sing looks like he just used his Hand of God. Pylai Die in a lot of trouble. Pylai Die trying to go for the lift. He gets sunned up. Ursula is going to come through as well. Admiral Bulldog gets a very long target sprout on AI, trying to get himself out of the sprout.
He's got Son in 15 seconds, but it is far too late for AUI. He gets brought down as well. All of a sudden, 2 dead. Everybody TPing, running for their lives. You can play as sneaky as you like if you're Bone 7, but Alliance are barreling down the middle lane. 21 minutes in. Last game ended, what, 24 minutes? And this game, Speed Gaming are getting the hammer from the Alliance.
Lifestealer just bought a Basher, so if he dies in the next fight, and it looks like he might have to die very soon, that's game.
Yeah.
So
I think it might be game anyway. They're taking Rex.
They're gonna TP
21
Naga
minutes.
in Song, I think. Are they? Are they? Here comes the TP. Song's channel up, but the Rex is dead.
They do have a Queen of Pain ult. No ult. Just a scream, and it's a useless song from AUI. And now Alliance, knowing the song is down, might just go for 2 lanes of Rex. What's gonna stop them? There's no tier 2 bottom. They can rotate there immediately if they'd like. They will lift up EGM. The range Rex to fall, and Alliance retreating out. Oh my goodness. On the hunt is Bone 7. No lasso. Looking to jump in perhaps. They get off the stun on Eternal Envy. He gets 4-step back to safety. Barely able to live. But this Astral Spirit spam is too much.
There's 2 Astral Spirits running around right now. One of them is Rubik. Unfortunately, that one does not carry natural order. So
yeah, it does like half the damage it feels. Not quite, but close to that.
Yeah, Speed Gaming is...
This is not looking good, Lumi. Speed Gaming's in a lot of trouble.
They are.
And I feel like you just go back to a few of those earlier ganks. Bone 7 and Sing Sing, the Miss Scream. This is a lineup that kind of needs to snowball a bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Have some actually successful ganks. It's not a lineup that can just threaten to gank and then go farm and win that way, because Alliance have the better split push, and to some extent the better death ball.
I'm not even sure whether if they got the kill on Loda would have mattered that much, because if you get a kill, that's nice. You know, you could get a couple more experience and all that stuff. But you're not getting a tower. Whenever S4 and the rest of his team get a gank off or force Envy to TP away, they get a tier 1 or they get a tier 2. I think really the tower go and the map advantage that comes with it is just a lot more important.
Sing Sing trying to counter push, but Alliance bearing down the top lane. 5 heroes grouped up, the Flame Breath coming through.
Bone 7 doesn't have Firefly for 20 seconds. This Rex is done.
Yeah, this is 2 lanes of Rex. Age is still going for 3 minutes. There is a glyph available, but that's it. There's no song for 80 seconds, and Alliance are just going to end game 2 in a very simple way at that. Speed Gaming just seemed to have no answer for them.
Yeah.
They feel helpless to me, Luke. Like, I would never have said I felt like they were winning in either of these 2 games. Not even for an instant.
No, not at all. Palai gets netted up here. He just dies straight up to the Chen and Crease. Maybe. He looks like Ake a little bit too far in. Here comes the Earth Splitter. Doesn't hit too much. Sonic Wave just blown for Ake.
Eternal Enemy trying to go in. They do lasso 1. He's trying to finish off EGM. Successfully, he will. Now Bulldog retreating out. Envy, though, he's losing this right click where he gets dragged until he gets exploded. Man. Now the net comes out on Loda, almost dies, but not quite lifted up. The Age is there. Nice. So that'll turn it around. He's going to come right back in. And does he retreat or does he go for Pylai Die? Oh, he's playing it safe. So but they got Rax.
They got second lanes of Rax.
And they have Deso now on the Weaver, and he's got 1,200 gold.
I just want to say EGM played it really well. So what he did was he Astro the Batrider and literally had the Batrider followed up with the Astro. Now, it won't keep canceling the Blink Dagger, but what you can do is channel a stun and then stun Batrider for, what, 5, 6, 7 seconds?
Right.
And Batrider was a non-factor in that team fight, at least the way that it begun. Usually when Batrider, for Bone 7, he's the one jumping in. He's the one finding initiates. He can't do anything in this game. Yeah,
Bone 7, though, I mean... I feel like it's not all his fault, but he's just getting shut down at this point, and it's a pretty good lineup to punish a Batrider. You can stick Treants on him, you can send the Swarm at him, the Dragon Knight can just Dragon Tail you whenever you jump in. It's just, last game when we saw them play Batrider, there was an Elder Titan. That was their best hero to punish a Batrider lasso.
And S4 did not use it the same way that EGM is using it this game.
Yeah,
so.
This game, completely different story. So now if you're the Alliance, I think you just go back and heal, and I don't think you have to wait for Roche, but if they want to, they'll wait for Roche, and then they will go for their 3rd and final lane of Rax.
They're probably going to play it safe. I mean, Weaver did actually die in that team fight, so there's no rush. I mean, they're farming the enemy map. Prophet is just, you know, doing whatever he wants. Because they have a Shadow Blade and Dragon Knight and a Hex on Nature's Prophet, Speed Gaming can't even leave the base and farm safely.
Oh, they're going to find Sing Sing. No, just blinks away. I think S4 was in range for a stun there, but just a bit slow to cast.
I'm surprised Admiral didn't just TP behind him and just hex him up and go for the kill.
Yeah, that's maybe he thought there were 4 behind him, but that's about it. Heaven's Halberd on S4, not going for big late game items. They don't need it. Everything that the Alliance is doing right now is all about ending the game with this next push. Maybe they wait for Roche, but that really is going to be it. And if you're Speed Gaming, you buy whatever you can within the next 2-3 minutes, because, well, sorry, 4 minutes, because that's when Roche is up. They will find somebody, though. Bulldog gets caught out. Hasn't even bothered to use his scythe, just running, and it's too late.
Bulldog literally TP on top of the 2 heroes, and then the smoke immediately broke, and Speed Gaming says, okay.
Great.
Alright, I'll take that one.
Yeah, he wanted to farm his own entrance, which normally is a good play, but Speed Gaming are never where you expect them to be.
Speed Gaming are playing on the wrong side of the map. A lot of
well,
times.
that's and the wrong side is the right
The right
side.
side, yeah.
It's all topsy-turvy here.
I think Speed Gaming, if they pick up a gem, they could look to turtle this like pretty efficiently.
Their lineup is hard to go high ground on in certain scenarios. If they had all their racks, I'd say they were in good shape, even if they were down the 14k gold they are down. Well, not good shape, but they would be serviceable. But like, sure, you've got Son of the Siren, you've got Lasso, but what Alliance are going to have for this next push is Aegis, most likely, as well as buybacks at their disposal.
Meanwhile, Envy Rage TPs again. I mean, the big difference of the comeback that we saw last time when Speed Gaming did it to Alliance, they had both quick Shivas on the Queen of Pain. In that game, I think Queen of Pain went Shivas first before Hex, which is like, what?
Yeah.
And then they had
it worked out.
It worked, yeah, and they also had a Sand King, which was landing epicenters up the wazoo. So this game, they don't even have half of that. They have a Sonic Wave, which is completely under level at this point, and they don't have the Shiva's Guard. I guess you look towards Paladai stealing some big AoE, but that's not guaranteed. So I think Speed Gaming's base defense is not as good as...
He's stolen teleport, and he's going to kill the Radiant Courier.
Oh, what a play!
Radiant's courier.
How did they get a ward there? What?
Radiant's
Oh, he dropped one earlier. This was like a minute ago.
Yeah,
Who does this?
There's been a lot else going on.
Oh, he has TP out. Wait, how's he?
He's got teleport. Oh, they're coming back to get him.
Okay.
No. They'll cancel it. Bulldog thinking better of it. He did use his teleport. What a clowny game.
Wow.
But it's up to the high ground again for S4. Now starts to work on the tower. Banging on the front door. The glyph 7 seconds away. Tower's going to drop to about half health. And then they will have to fight. Astral Spirit coming in, but retreating out. And waiting in the wings is Eternal Envy. Speed Gaming. They have to make a stand now. And if you're the Alliance, you are not in any rush.
Alright, is Envy going to go into Bone 7 and try to make a play here, or...? You just have to go for something.
Yeah, they can't just let this tower fall. If they let the tower fall, they will. They force staff into a song. They catch everyone out. Sing Sing got to be ready with the ultimate, and he's prepping for it. Prepare for a Scream of Pain as well as an ultrasonic wave comes in. They bring them low. Now they lasso S4, trying to focus him down. They get him down. That's 2 dead, but an insta buyback from your Elder Titan. And Loda still alive.
Ooh, 3 dead. Alright, that's good defense.
That was 3 dead, and they force a buyback.
Admiral Bulldog goes up top and takes a range racks, but you can't do anything about that. That was...
Welcome to Rat Dota.
I mean, this is as good as it gets here for... And I think they actually picked off Alliance's gem. Or was that their own gem? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, meanwhile,
Loda.
Yeah, Loda going in here. There's no Flaming Lasso. Loda going to work, and Queen of Pain dropping low. Queen of Pain also doesn't have Hex yet. He will have it after this game, but they're going to start losing buildings.
It's too late. There's no glyph. There's no song. This Rax is falling. Even if they end up giving away Loda's life, it's low. He's going to head towards the north and look to pick it off, but they're chasing him.
Yeah.
Actually tries to TP. No, he might get caught here. He gets Flame Break. He gets isolated. Now he's Sakuchi's. Heads towards the south side. Can
Loda suicide him up. Loda!
Oh, nope.
No.
I think he should have just suicided.
I think so too. I mean, the Rax HP will regen, and Speed Gaming have to park a Rubik here for the next 5 minutes, because you know Admiral Bulldog's thinking about backdooring it straight up.
Oh, he bought back, but it's too late to time-lapse back into the bottom lane, so he'll have to run out mid.
Mid lane.
Now they go in. Eternal Envy was chasing forever and a day, and now he's probably going to pay. S4 comes in, trying to pick him up. Not able to finish him just yet. EGM as well. Look at that Lifestealer just melt to the physical damage. They could go Roche, or they could just head bottom one more time. We'll see what they do. Bulldog maybe wanting the Aegis here?
I think you just go Roche. I mean, you give the Weaver Aegis, and Weaver could just skip the Rax for you.
And then Loda just buying back won't hurt you as much.
Yeah.
Actually, Bulldog did as well.
I'm actually quite surprised about the buyback, because at that time Roshan wasn't alive yet, and there was really not much reason for to get the buyback, but I guess they just want to keep the map pressure up. Don't let Speed Gaming to ever have a chance to push out the Q waves.
Aegis is now secure. Excuse me. Goes to Loda, and they will look to push in the bottom lane. Now a Reaver up on him. He's basically got a Heart of Tarask. Might as well finish farming
Bone
and
7 bites spots, and he won't have buyback. I'm not sure whether that's the correct choice here.
Well, yeah. I mean, a little more move speed. But
what is the bot going to do for you in a real fight, right?
They're waiting. They're waiting on the sideline. They don't have Psalm, though. They have to just jump somebody crucial, and EGM obliges, walks right into the trap, and he gets popped.
There's no Sonic Wave.
S4, he comes in as well. He wasn't prepared for the Sentry Ward as well as the gem, which is in fact here. Now the last one, Ake. They don't want the Hand of God coming out, but S4 still alive if they can't kill Ake. Will he buy back for a Hand of God? That's the question. Doesn't. Oh, he does have it, but not using it yet. The double damage S4.
Oh my god.
Gets the stun, kills off Sing Sing, and now it's Loda driving them back. Sing Sing buys back. The top lane's starting to push in. The middle lane's starting to push.
Highlight Die just standing here hoping nobody notices him, and well, nobody does. What?
Meanwhile, up to the high ground goes Loda. Third lane of Rex about to fall. It's really been over for a long time, and it will be a GG from Speed Gaming. They're now down 0-2 in a best of 5, 1 game away from getting knocked out of WePlay Dota 2. They beat Alliance once, Lumi, but now they got to beat them again. And this is... How many teams can 3-0 Alliance when they're down 0-2 in a best of 5? I don't know if anyone can.
I'm calling it Speed Gaming. They can, but they're not going to do it today.
So you're saying they will in the future?
Maybe. TI4.
That's a Lumi guarantee?
Yeah, Lumi guaranteed. 3-0 Alliance.
How many rares should I bet on that?
No.
None.
None.
No
There shouldn't be any rares on that.
No rares were bet this day. Yeah. Go Slay, go Slay. There you go.
Was
Game
that Sing
2 in
Sing?
the books?
Go Slay, go Slay.
That's probably what he was saying.
Yeah.
Somebody was probably saying that. Guys, in the end, what's the matter with Speed Gaming? Or I think more relevantly, like, what got into Alliance? All of a sudden, they're playing their game.
No, Alliance
they're
is
executing better.
Alliance is playing normal Alliance Dota, right?
No, they're playing better than yesterday. Did you see them yesterday? Well, not yesterday, the day before. Did you see them against Speed Gaming?
Yeah, that was
a mess.
the second game looked okay.
It seems like they did to figure out how Speed Gaming like to play, and now, originally it was Envy who kind of had figured out Alliance and was punishing some weak points in their draft, but now they're the ones who are punishing Speed Gaming and what seems to be somewhat predictable drafts.
I think Speed Gamings are like, oh, okay, guys, we're not gonna do anything
Yeah.
for 20 minutes, but they're not gonna push us.
Yeah.
And Alliance says, we're gonna just push you, and we end games.
Well, because that's normally what Alliance does. Alliance
Yeah.
is like, okay, we're going to get our core items up, we'll push when we're ready, we'll fight when we're ready,
Yeah.
but we're not going to force it. That's why Empire was such a bad matchup for Speed Gaming, because
Empire just goes.
Empire's just YOLOs it from minute 1 and never stops. But Alliance is showing that when they need to push the tempo, they can. Okay, guys, that's going to wrap up Game 2. It is a best of 5. Speed Gaming now 1 game away from being eliminated from WePlay's Dota 2 League. Game 3 coming up after this.